Hi everybody, it's Noelia with My Moxie Dreams. I hope that you are doing well, and thank you for spending time with me today as I do a flip through of my Franklin Covey Compact Vintage Aurora. I have been in a brown Amica, and I was playing around with my planners yesterday and decided that I would switch into my chocolate compact. Now, I purchased this back in like 2016 or 2017, and Franklin Covey doesn't release these very often. And I had just started my job with the company that I'm still with and did not baby this planner at all. So you could see there's some scratches and scuffs, but let me tell you, I used this planner every day for, I want to say, a couple of years before I switched out into like a Gilio. And the daily use has really created just this soft, amazing leather. And the quality of this is one of my favorite planners. People have asked me a ton of times on Instagram if I would sell it. The answer is no. I absolutely love this planner, and she is one of my favorites. So with that being said, let's jump in. So if you're new, welcome. If you like this kind of content, I invite you to subscribe and be a part of our little planner tribe. If you follow me already, you know that I create a theme every month. This month is this girl with florals, garden. It's June. My garden is starting to bloom, and it is just gorgeous. Let me see if I can get the glare. Sorry, my ring light always gives this thing a glare. So you can see there, that is the gal. She's absolutely gorgeous. The hot pink is growing on me, for those who know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. I'm gonna do my best to have this not only be a quick flip through, but also explain a little bit of that section. I do have a planners, routines, and if you want to see that, I'll link it somewhere up above or below so that you can see kind of a more detailed explanation of my daily, weekly, and monthly routines. This will just be a quick flip through of what's inside my planner and a little brief synopsis on why it's there and what I use it for. This girl is my June theme. So you'll see her maybe once or twice throughout. I don't have a lot of decoration. There's minimal because I want my planner to be functional. I am a functional planner through and through. All of us, I think, fall into the rabbit hole of trying to make our planners look perfect, or it's not realistic. My planner, this planner, is my everyday carry. It is the most used and touched planner I have, and it is 100% messy and not perfect. So just an FYI. All right, so here I have my monthlies. They are Franklin Covey, her point of view, month on 2 pages, and it's lined. I have been using these inserts for years. I want to say I'm going on my 6th or 7th year. Whenever they released this, I started using it. I want to say it's like 6 to 8 years. I can't remember. But I love it because you have an index in the front, you have your calendar, and then you have your master task list that you can use for personal or business. I really don't use the back. My front is often birthdays and any kind of travel, and then I have any kind of renewals. Like for instance, here in January, my epidemic renewal is due for 144. You have, my AMX or whatever it is, key important things get placed here. And the backs I don't really use because I have a task list somewhere else. So I love my month at a glance on 2 pages. I like to have the entire year here because I like to look back at appointments and also future plan. Oftentimes, if I'm somewhere and they give me appointment card, it gets placed in here, and then later in the day, I transfer that information to my planner and to my phone. The reason I still use my phone is most often my appointments are for my kids. They don't have paper planners like I do. So having the iPhone and being able to add that to my calendar and invite my kids via their email, they then have it on their phone and they are being responsible for that appointment. you'll see here that there's tabs. I live and die by these top and bottom tabs. I like to be able to go to these specific sections that I know I use a lot. And one of those sections is my monthly view. So I have this tab here that goes to monthly view. Now, I purchased some really beautiful tabs from Lines Plus Paper, and I actually just did my second order with her. However, what I noticed is that they're very thin, which I love because it doesn't bulk up your planner. What I don't love about them is that when you're going to a section repeatedly like I do, those tabs are bending a little bit and it's causing me a little bit of stress. These dividers from Lines Plus Paper, they're very expensive, but I love them, again, because they're thin and don't take up a lot of space. But if you're going to that section all the time, it wears a little bit on the tab. And so I've been a little concerned about that. So I have these old tabs that are thicker and kind of more durable. They're just they're not that thick, but they're thicker than the ones from Lines Plus Paper. And so what I've done is replace the two areas that I go to all the time. And that is the monthly view. So that's what this tab has here. It goes straight to my monthly. I always pull that current month and put it in the center right in front of my weeklies because I want to be able to reference the current month and have it be right next to my weeklies. So my weeklies are something that I create. It is very 5 choices-esque from Franklin Covey. Unfortunately, they only make the 5 choices in classic size, and I absolutely love it. I use the 5 choices wire bound for my work planner. I loved this layout so that I can see the week at a glance and then have errands and priorities for the week. I often don't decorate, but because I had these wildflowers that I created for the theme, I went ahead and decorated the month. So I have somewhere between Proverbs 31 and Tupac. This just separates the current week from the next week. You'll see that priorities up front, meal plan, and then a daily and weekly tracker for me. I have the week at a glance, and then on the back, I'll show you this one, I have weekly spending. And so again, if you go to my planner routines video, you'll see how this ties into my budget portion. All right, so here are all of our weeklies. Then we get into the notes. So notes, I've mentioned this in many planner flips, is that the top tab for notes, I have this little Franklin Covey tab. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. And it's at an angle, which I love. And if I'm somewhere or even home and I need to write some notes, I use that top tab and it'll take me, you can see all my gibberish, it'll take me to my blank pages or my lined pages that I create for the theme. Again, that cute little, so if I use that top tab, it takes me straight to be able to jot down whatever gibberish that I need to jot down. Now, if I use the tab, the notes tab to flip, that means I'm needing a Post-it. So this kind of, again, this is all about functionality for me. Again, top tab takes me here so I can just write whatever notes that I need to write. But if I use the notes tab, it takes me to a Post-it that I'm going to pull out and use to put somewhere else. I hope that makes sense. So, and again, I have blank paper, graph paper, I have meeting notes. Okay, then that takes us to the second tab, which is our tracker. And here I have, I can't remember who this is from, but I'll link it down below. Here I have it's just a plain month, and then you fill it out yourself. So I just write in June, I do this every month, what I'm watching, and it's the same shows and when they get released because I never watch live TV. I'm always watching things the day after. So I have my favorite shows that I'm watching, and that way when I finish watching something, I highlight it and know that I'm caught up. Okay, so that is my watching tracker. I have an orders tracker. Again, most of these inserts I make myself. Like this orders I made myself. It just said ordered, confirm email, ETA, and received. And then I use a stamp to put what month. So I already took the first sheet out. This is April, May, and June. And so anything I order, I write down here, and then if it has an ETA of when it's supposed to be received, and then when I receive it. So those are orders. This is watching, which is similar to this, but not. This is my reoccurring shows that I like to watch. This is more things that I watch that particular month that get released. Like season 2 of With Love just came out on Netflix, and so I binged that this weekend. The Ed Sheeran doc, like these are kind of one-offs that come out that I watch and keep track of. Books to read. This is from Plan with B, a freebie. And the only reason I know that is because people put their name. I love when they put their name there because then you know who it is as you're doing a flip through. This, I don't know who this insert is from. I want to say, I'm not even going to say, I'll link it down below. This is the lists, and this is my home inventory, and I have it broken down to certain things like kitchen cleaning, bulk, personal, cats, office, meds, whatever, right? And so I know the things that we have and the things that we regular purchase, specific things, and then I have a cabinet out in the garage that everything is stored, and I keep track of when I use something. And so this is the inventory as of June 1st. And then I will do another inventory July 1st and see, do I need to get anything at Costco or at the nearest Target or whatever. And so this is my home inventory. Okay, and then I have this, which is on my Etsy store. It's my favorite quote. I absolutely love it. I'm sorry for the glare, but if you want to see it, it is on my Etsy shop. And then you have this Tombow dual brush chart, and it basically, when I purchase Tombow, I just highlight the color so that I know what colors I have when I'm starting to decide on a theme, whatnot. These are extra income. I made these on Canva, and it's just to keep track of any extra income I get, miscellaneous income that I receive, etc., etc. This I just did manually. I used to do it on Canva, like a pantry list that was all typed out. I just decided to do this because I love my little these little dot markers that I got from Amazon. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the dots as a representation of each one. So like we have tuna, that's how many tunas we have, I don't even know. I made chorizo con papa recently for breakfast, I think Sunday. I used 5 eggs. I try to keep up with this, but it doesn't happen all the time. But when I'm pulling something out, I try to, in the evening, kind of check off that I've used it, one of the hamburger meats, one of the steaks, one of the fajitas, etc., etc. And this just helps me again to meal plan and be able to say, okay, this is what I have, this is what I can make this week, and not have to go out and purchase things. The goal is to use whatever's in my pantry for meal planning before I go and buy extra stuff. And this ties into my family tab where I actually do the planning for meals. So that is that. Then we go into the to-do tab, and these are inserts that I created based on a Target notepad that I fell in love with like 10 years ago in the dollar spot. And it just has stop procrastinating, ASAP things, soonish things, and whenevs. And then again, I've been like on my little dot Amazon markers, and I just dot the things that I've already done. So I have this to-do list, and then I have the lists that you guys saw earlier for the home inventory. And then I just have some standard lists. All right. And then we go into goals tab, and goals has 2 top tabs, health and social media. Again, these are very lightweight, and these are from Lines Plus Paper. And the gel little pocket thing, I think, is from Catspresso. I don't know. I'll list it down below. And then the cards that are inside, I just made via Canva, and my silhouette, cut them out appropriately, fit into this size. This is Tulle and Twine Co. It was a freebie. I just added the Franklin Covey 2 Years at a Glance by using double-sided tape and just added this to this cute thing. And so as I go each month, I just add a dot to just know that that month is over. This is the self-care day. This is my minimal planner insert. I put it on acetate and then just put a white background so that it is visible, the words are visible. And then I just have a vellum sheet with a theme so that it all kind of connects. The first tab is health. And basically I just have, I think this is Hey Planner Girl, year overview. I keep track of my weight here. I just weigh myself every Friday morning and sometimes on the first of the month just to see where I landed that month. And so this is where I keep track. And then here it just shows if I gained or lost that particular week. Then you go into my social media tab, and under my social media tab, there's really not a lot. I just keep a tracker. And this was inspired by Marianne. I think that's her name. She does amazing trackers and I just got inspired by her tracker. So I made this on Canva and it just tracks my Instagram. And there's the one from before. I have Instagram post ideas, reel ideas. I have my flip through from 2023. So this is probably where I'll be able to put stuff in the description box so that I don't forget. And Moleskine stuff, okay? And then we go into my budget and I have these. Again, everything in here, with the exception of one item, I create myself. Well, 2 items. I do my budget per paychecks. On the back, it just lists extra income, my savings summary. This is the monthly budget snapshot. Again, I created this as well. And this goes with the weekly spending sheet. So basically, I write down anything that I spent money on for that week. I total it, add it to the appropriate category, and then once I get a weekly total, I then move it to that particular week. So like I just closed out last week, and so I spent $692.84. I find that area and keep a graph. I've been spending way too much money this year, you guys. Like I can't even tell you. Then I have down below a bills due tab, a blank tab, and the bills due is just a Franklin Covey continual year. It's not tabbed. And basically what I do is I write a year in advance all my due dates for the bills, and then I fill in all the fixed, and then anything that isn't fixed, I write in a couple of weeks before. Any income is in green, and anything in gray is things that were paid and due. Okay, so I keep that so that when I'm getting ready a week before payday, I go ahead and take out my budget per paycheck and decide and figure out rather what things need to be paid with that particular paycheck. Once it clears in my check register, you'll see bills are in gray, and then I gray out. Again, there's a video talking about that. Behind my daily register is a savings register for 2 savings that I have. I'm trying to see here. I think I have my 401k balances and yeah, my Kaiser, HRA, FSA, how much I have in there. Then I have a tab down here that I won't flip to, but it has certain credit card information. I keep my wallet in my car. My wallet is a Eternal Leather Goods TN, and it just houses all the TN inserts that keep my credit cards, my ID, etc., etc. So that stays in my car. And oftentimes when I'm ordering something, I need my credit cards, and rather than go to my car, this specific tab takes me to my insert that lists my 3 credit cards that I use the most, my work expense card, and my FSA card information, so that if I'm on the phone with medical place, I can just quickly go to this tab and give them the information for that particular card instead of having to run in my car and get my wallet. Then I have a family tab, and it just has pictures of my family, my mom, my dad, my kids. And then I have my meal ideas. I have maybe 40 ideas of things to make that are some of my kids' favorite. And then I have a meal planner. Again, made this on Canva. It's on basic lightweight paper. Based on my tracker over here, I say, okay, what do I have? Oh, I have, fideo. Let's make fideo. Or I have everything to make enchiladas. This is where the meal plan comes together. It's this plus this. And that is how the meal plans. In the back, it has a grocery list. If I am able to make something and I'm missing 1 or 2 ingredients, I will write down like, oh, I have everything to make enchiladas, but I don't have repollo. I don't have the cabbage and stuff like that. I'll be like, okay, I will go get cabbage. The goal is to use everything in my pantry, but things like milk, bread, eggs, vegetables, those things I try to get on a weekly basis to fill out the voids in the meal plan. And then I have a little cleaning thingy-majigger, things I do daily versus weekly and monthly. I have an auto maintenance, and then I just have a map of the US because I'm bad at geography. And so that's there. My little Posh Pieces bookmark that I love, extra graph paper sticky notes, and then I have my Franklin Covey ruler. I use this for the budget portion to do my lines. I'm always needing a ruler. And then the side pocket here, just keep my stickers here, my most used, in case I need them and they don't fall out. It's pretty tight. So that is a flip through, guys, of my beauteous, gorgeous Franklin Covey Compact. Again, if you're wanting a detailed version of how I use my planner, there is a planner routines video out there. Okay, so hopefully that's just a quick flip through. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. I will try my best in the description, put the things that I use if it's a shop that I ordered those inserts from, or if I made them. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for being part of my little planner tribe. If you aren't subscribed, I would appreciate if you did that today. It would make my day. So with that, I will close out and I will see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.